Saba's stories. The Travels of Sinbad, Part 9. Trading with Monkeys. In the previous part of the story, we saw that Sinbad's friends broke Phoenix's egg and escaped from Phoenix. But Sinbad fell into the sea and the ship and the merchants went away. He swam to the island and survived. But he was captured by a greedy old man who was riding on his back and would not get off. Sinbad got rid of him with his intelligence. After freeing himself from the hands of the old man, he saw a ship. They gave him food and put him on board their ship and set off on the sea, and now the story continues. They set off on a ship until they reached a large land where the houses of the people of that land were built on a wide hill. There were many houses and their windows opened to the sea. When they got near the city, the captain said,
"We will rest here for a while and tomorrow we will leave from here." All the merchants started going around the city.
The city's shops were full of items that people made with shells and sea stones. They were very expensive and valuable items that were very beautiful. Sinbad was also looking at them carefully and then he talked about them with some sellers to know how they make them. The sellers explained to Sinbad about the making of those tools. When he returned to Baghdad, Sinbad wanted to teach the people of his own city what the people of that city did, so that they can learn to make these tools. It got dark little by little. When Sinbad went to the shore, he didn't see the ship. He looked around worriedly, but there was no sign of the ship. One of the townspeople saw him. He came closer and said,
"Why are you sitting here?"
Sinbad said,
"I wanted to board the ship, but now I see that it is not here."
The man said in surprise,
"Don't you know?"
Sinbad said,
"From what?"
The man said,
"No one stays in the city at night here. When the night comes, the monkeys who live in the gardens and forests around this city come here. They make noise and knock on the doors and windows of the houses. They pick up everything they see in the alleys and streets and do vandalism. That's why the people of the city go inside their boats and ships when it's night to be safe there. Your captain must have known about this story. That's why they got into the ship and went to the sea to spend the night there."
Sinbad was worried and said,
"Should I do now? Our ship has gone and I am left behind."
The man said to him,
"You can come with me tonight. I have a small boat. During the day, the monkeys go to the surrounding gardens and forests to find food for themselves. For these days, they have nothing to do with the people of the city. Their number is very large and they attack the city like an army at night."
Sinbad said,
What a strange thing. I am surprised that humans are smarter than all other creatures. In our city, people breed horses, cows, camels, and other animals and use them for their own use. But why don't your people think well to find a way to solve this problem? That's why they always live in hardship."
Sinbad died that night next to her and slept in her boat. The next morning, when Sinbad woke up, he saw that the captain and other merchants had returned to the shore. He went to them. They were all sitting together on the ship, talking and laughing. Sinbad was standing in a corner. Someone came to Sinbad and asked,
"What happened? Why are you upset?"
Sinbad said,
I was a rich merchant. I had a ship and bought a lot of valuable goods. Until I got caught by those giant simorgs. I fell out of my ship and now I have nothing.
The man turned to Sinbad and said,
I will teach you something so that you can earn good money. You agree?
Sinbad accepted happily and said,
Yes, I really like to work and earn money. I don't want to take money from others or beg. When they reached the port, the men's companions got off the ship.
Sinbad went to his house with the man and rested for a while. Then the man brought him a bag and said,
Take this bag. There is a river near this city. Collect the stones from the river.
Then he showed him a stone and said,
All stones should be of this size.
Sinbad went to the river and filled his bag with stones. There he saw a group of people who, like Sinbad, had filled their bags with stones and wanted to go to the land of monkeys. Sinbad asked them to go with them. When they reached the land of monkeys, each of them took out a stone from the bag and threw it towards the tree where the monkeys were. The monkeys also picked the fruit of those trees and threw them down. Sinbad was very surprised that the people of that city used the playfulness of the monkeys to earn money. In this way, they collected the fruits that the monkeys threw on the ground and took them to the city and sold them. Sinbad also did this, and every day he filled his bag with fruits and took them to the city. He sold them and earned good money from selling them. After a few months, he was able to collect a lot of money and buy a lot of goods with them and start trading with others. Little by little, the people of that city got to know Sinbad and respected him. They helped him whenever he had something to do. Sinbad also helped others as much as he could. After a while, Sinbad, who had managed to earn good money and wealth here, decided to return to his city, Baghdad. One day he heard that a ship of merchants had arrived there, returning to Baghdad. Therefore, he said goodbye to his friends in that city and put his belongings on a ship to return to Baghdad.